Right, Randal Wallace, current city council member, running for city council again. How many terms would this make for you?
I'm completing my 3rd term, so it'll be, if I get the opportunity to come back, it'll be my 4th.
Wow, 16 years then you would have spent on council.
Well, yeah, it seems kind of hard to even imagine. I remember when I was elected, I was 30 years old, and my God, I thought 12 years was going to be a long time, but it's on us. So. Why
you want to run again?
Well, you know, we've been very, very bold, I think, this city council about the different things that we've been working on. And there's a lot of these projects that I think we're right on the cusp of coming together now. And it's everything from, we've had a pretty bold initiative with tourism, sports tourism. We've redone Doug Shaw Stadium, Ashley Booth Field, got a new facility at the Market Commons. Now we're talking about the sports complex coming out at the convention center potentially. And that is a huge market. And during the economic downturn, you know, we did the $18 million for tourism. So we've been actively, you know, courting folks from all over to come here. And I think we're on the verge of being a real sports tourism leader on top of what we already do. We've been working on some things to do with public safety, police department issues. We put on a new system as a CAD record-keeping system that allows a state-of-the-art crime analysis so we know where we need to be. And then we've been building something that I'm really kind of enormously proud of that's working, is these neighborhood watch, crime watch kind of meetings that we started out with about 9 of them, and we've got 22 now, and more people wanting to come in. And what that has done is allow people who perhaps, in this day and age when neighbors don't know each other, they're getting to know each other, they get to know the police department, and that gives us, I guess, a way of having our foot in the door in these neighborhoods so we can find out what's going on. And you'd be surprised, in those neighborhood watch meetings, we keep pushing to people to call 918-1382, which is the direct line to the police department, and just to call, because they're the first line of defense when it comes to solving the public safety issues. But we've combined that with our code enforcement folks we've gone after dilapidated properties and kind of ferreted out issues there. And we're working now with New Horizons, which, not New Horizons, but New Directions, which is a group that is, you know, kind of helping our homeless, trying to streamline a lot of these charity organizations, because you got a lot of folks that are down on their luck. We want to help those people who want to help themselves, but we also have some people that are hiding in that community that we want to figure out who they are. And so that's kind of coming together. You're seeing development downtown. We've with Harrelson Boulevard completed. You've got connectivity on the south end, and you're starting to see some development down there along Yopon, which is an area that was struggling. And of course, Market Commons is now kind of turning the corner. And so I think Myrtle Beach's future is really, really bright, and I want to be here to be a part of seeing all that come together and pushing it through.
Well, you brought up crime. Let's continue on crime for a minute, because one of the candidates for council is really running on a strong crime platform. Is there a crime problem in Myrtle Beach, or is it a perception of crime problem? And you brought up some things like community watch and things like that, but what needs to be done? Does something need to be done differently within the department to get things working? Is there something from council that council members can be doing to oversee fighting crime?
You know, I think it's more a perception of crime, but we've got a fully staffed police department. We've got a few that, I think there's about 19 officers that are either going to the police academy. We've got a few that are doing the military leave, so you've got that in flux all the time. But we've got about 196 officers that are on the ground. We would like to add some more. We've talked about maybe 8 to 10 that would get maybe a few more officers out in the community, and then targeting that downtown area. But I think your crime problem is hotspot problems. There's certain places where we are focusing on that we need to continue to work on. And then I think this homeless situation, which is maybe not crime per se, but it's where a lot of them may hide, is something that we're working very hard to get under control. And that's one of the things we're doing with this New Directions group that formed, is kind of streamlining all the different charity organizations so that Helping Hand is going to help us do like an IDing of the system, so you can ID the people that are coming in and needing help so that they're not working the system, but also so that you can help the people who need it, and then figure out who's here that maybe shouldn't be, or let them know that we're looking and that they may move on. And a good chunk of the crime that we do have, the petty stuff, is coming from people who are in that demographic, I guess.
You talked about tourism too, sports tourism, the big push towards sports tourism. Is there any other industry, should other industries be courted to come to Myrtle Beach, or do you really need to primarily focus on tourism since we are, after all, Myrtle Beach?
Well, tourism is our, it's our #1 industry, and we've put a lot of effort into making sure that we stayed competitive in a huge economic downturn. The Tourism Growth Initiative that you've probably seen the ads on TV, but we worked with them to get the word out during the economic downturn, kind of advertising so that we would maintain ourselves, but also get that big leap whenever the economy turns around. The sports tourism is a fastly growing facet of tourism, and girls softball apparently is a multi-million-dollar deal, and so we've now got the sports fields that we can do to house that. But I agree that one of the things you need to do is kind of diversify the economy, and one of the places we've done that, we've worked with the county for the ITAP park out here, because we've got a major asset here. That runway at the airport you can land a space shuttle on it. A lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
And we've worked with the county for a couple of different job creators out there, the ITAP park being the main one that we've worked with them. So I think we can expand there on aeronautics kind of industries to bring our higher paying jobs in. And then the Economic Development Corporation, the EDC, is one that we've got a man on that board. We've helped with some financial help for them to go out and recruit some new industry to come here. A lot of it's been the gun manufacturers out in the county. We did try to get one of them in Myrtle Beach, but they ended up in the county. Well, that's still good. That's good for the whole county as a whole. But we need to keep working on diversifying too, because you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, even though we've got a pretty big basket in tourism that's made Myrtle Beach a great place to live.
Last question for you. I don't live in Myrtle Beach, but if I did live in Myrtle Beach, why should I vote to keep you on council another 4 years?
I think that together, because it's not just a one-man operation, together we've got a team here that's had some very bold, visionary things. We provided leadership, and it's working. And you can look around at other governments, including one big one in Washington, and you see what happens when it breaks down and it gets dysfunctional. And when you look at what we've done, I think our record shows, hey, we're willing to get ahead of problems, work to solve problems, work together to do things. And I like to think that I've been a part of that, and I would love to come back because I want to be a part of it. I think Myrtle Beach has got a really bright future, and I've enjoyed the role I've played this far, and I hopefully if I get to come back for 4 more years, we can see the ball move down the field even farther. And I enjoy the job, and one of the guiding elements that I've always had is some advice that Senator Thurmond gave me a long time ago, which was if someone's sitting on the other side of that table is there because they need help, it's because they believe they didn't have anywhere else to go, and it was your job to help them. And he gave me that advice in 1996 at the Loris Bog-Off, and I followed that. And I think one of the reasons that I would vote for me if I were out there is that I've always tried to be accessible and help people, and that's still my #1 job because I work for the public.
All right, Myrtle Beach City Councilman Randal Wallace running again. Thanks for talking with me.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.